Hi everyone. I said I was going to not video step number 3 and do the next video is in step number 4, but because of misunderstanding I already did step 4, that is taking a whole packet of plasma 3 and put it into the executive tank. And I did that already. And here's the rest of step 4, that is essentially what to do when the water evaporates. And the basic market, blah blah blah, that you can get the handbook online, at least part of it. If you want the whole handbook, they sell it on that website. Okay, anyhow. So the thing is that I'm doing step number 3 today. A few things. I had to change the light source because I don't know if doing step 1 and step 2 make the water kind of hazy at the level that I could not see them with the light that I had in the previous videos in step 1 and in step 2, or if it became as quite hazy on after pouring the whole packet of plasma 3 that I required. So this is day number 6 because I did not see any babies until the second day. So I decided to wait until day number 6 to do their own feeding. And this is the light I'm using now, the Grow LED plant light. Hopefully, I cannot see clearly on my cell phone, but hopefully there is enough contrast that you can see how big are the sea monkeys on the sixth day after I pour package number 2. I put a little screen in the back to see if that will help the contrast. So there is not much to talk today. Oh well, yes, you see that I already show how we do the aeration or the bubbling with a pipette. Then in step number 2 I show how to do an equivalent of the million bubbles tool to do the aeration, but I have a airstone with connected to there you go, a splitter and that air pump, electric pump. So from now on I will be using that. I do not leave it constantly running because I don't think it's necessary. So I will do first, oh yes, the main reason I wanted to do step number 3, let me see, okay, step number 3, only feed your sea monkeys bed officially, blah blah blah. The amount of food you feed sea monkey depends on the number of pets you are raising. The more you have, the more food we need. However, as long as the water is not cloudy, that is important, you are not over feeding them. If it becomes cloudy, simply stop feeding until it's clear up. Oops, sorry, with a reflection. Healthy animals have a dark gut of streak that visibly runs from head to the tail. So as we said, that is a dark line in their back. This indicates that they are getting enough to eat. However, a white or clear or pale dot indicates they are hungry and want food. So the first feeding, blah blah blah. You can read the rest on your own. So anyhow, yeah. And you mentioned about the algae. It's good to let it grow algae. So if you check my other videos, you see what that I have promoted the growth of algae. Okay, so what I will do, they mentioned, I think that since that for the first time you might want to do 4 times what you regularly do. So I got the food they provided me. Oh, about the plasma 4. They give you more packets, but right now I have now a refractometer, and I not after I poured the plasma 3, I checked the salinity level and it was at 15 ppt or parts per thousand. That is very close to what the average sea monkey tank is, if not lower. So I do not plan to add I do not plan to raise more the salinity because already the food will do that. And also I'm testing on my older aquariums that have over a year. I'm having problems with the baby sea monkeys are not growing up. So apparently, and they have a little higher salinity, of course, it have been over a year. So, but that is a video for for another time. I plan to test it like in a month. That I plan to take that aquarium and dilute it to see if the babies start growing again. The adults are doing great. They can handle up to 250% of salinity levels. But looks like the babies need much less to grow properly. And this is an example. This is a bin 15 ppt parts per thousand in 6 days. And also, I record that they mentioned that the water was clear. Well, make sure that you see how clear it is before you start feeding them. So this is my baseline. So now I will take I'm doing a level small scoop, the scoop that they provide. Okay, it's as good as I get. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as I have mentioned in my other videos, my policy is do one feeding 3 times a week, not 2 days in a row. So in this case, one feeding will be 4 scoop, 3 days a week, not 2 days in a row, but this is a unprecedented big quantity that I'm feeding them. So I will be keeping an eye on how cloudy the weather gets after I do this next step. There we go. It's kind of funky how it works with the, essentially, it has to take, I have the bleed valve that right now it was adjusted for yesterday, it was working fine, but it's pumping also those two aquariums over there. So it needs like a help so what I do, I put my finger here. You see what is increased. That's not a rate, but essentially is that I see that all of them, and then when I release it, then continue not fine. Because there are a few issues. Now that there are food there, they might create foam. It's already starting creating foam. That did not happen before. That is normal. So, but still, I would like to tune it. So I'm gonna close the bleed valve. Checking that also the two other aquariums still have airflow. I close a little more, just a bit. This looks to be a good rate. So that will do two things. Besides doing the aeration or bubbling that we have talked often, actually normally I use the pump regularly, more or less this rate, how I feel between half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. It has been fine this rate. This is the first time I do it with food, so it's generating a little more foaming. Normally if it gets too foamy, like it's happening here, what I do is I touch the bubble from the top and they go away, just touch it, and that's fine. And of course stuff will get stuck on that part of the spoon, so you may want to clean it. Okay, so I think that's all it. So you see that at least this first feeding, it got a little hazy, but essentially my rule is that the next time that I plan to feed them, I will check the cloudiness. If I think right now it's not too hazy, so if it's as clear as this, I think it's fine, and I will be providing them 4 scoops again, not 2 days in a row, and just 3 times a week. And so as long the cloudiness do not increases significantly, even if it gets a little cloudy, I will wait until the next scheduled feeding, check the cloudiness. If I think it's clear enough, I feed them enough, wait 1 day, and repeat the check. So cloudiness is the critical part to determine how often you will be feeding them. And hopefully you can see in the video how much they have grown in 6 days. So this is the executive supersized suite aquarium that Transcience just released, and the time is running out, so I think I share all that I was planning to share, and actually I think it will be well, I have other videos and other things I'm testing, but about this I think it will be the last video about the secretive tank for a while.